The mysteries of the water, Turnatopsis duhorni, or more commonly known as the immortal jellyfish. This specific type of jellyfish has a gene mutation called transdifferentiation. Transdifferentiation allows for adult or medusa jellyfish to return to an adolescent or polyp state. These are the only jellyfish species that are able to complete this process.
Through a process called transdifferentiation, its cells can transform into different types of cells, allowing the jellyfish to revert to an earlier stage of life instead of dying. The process begins with a stress response from the environment or predators that triggers transdifferentiation. The adult medusae jellyfish then shrinks and forms a cyst-like structure. From this stage, it regenerates into a new polyp colony, which restarts the jellyfish's life cycle and eventually develops into a medusa again. This unique ability allows the immortal jellyfish to reset its life cycle and potentially repeat it multiple times.
However, enhanced genomes, DNA repair, and longevity genes have an effect on its behavior. This jellyfish possesses twice as many copies of the GLI3 gene compared to regular non-regenerating types of jellyfish. Quote-unquote superior DNA, repair mechanisms, and the activation of genes involved in pluripotency and telomere, which affect genes SIRT3, POU, and RTEL1. This behavior change or reversal of its normal growth allows for a 24 to 36 hour transition. The new polyp behaves as a new baby jellyfish. While undergoing this transformation, it creates genetically identical offspring. Theoretically, it can repeat this cycle indefinitely, rendering it biologically immortal.
There are several genes involved in this process, including OCT4, SOX2, KLF4, C-MYC, and LIN28. These are known as the Yamanaka genes. Named after scientist Shinya Yamanaka, who discovered that they can reprogram mature cells into a more primitive state. The Yamanaka genes help control how cells respond to damage and allow them to be reprogrammed. These genes are also present in humans, but they are not naturally used to reset the body's cells. In the immortal jellyfish, however, similar genetic mechanisms allow the mature specialized cells to revert back to a less differentiated, younger state, which helps restart their life cycle.
There are specific proteins and key enzymes that help aid these genes, such as heat shock proteins, or HSP70 and HSP90, control the ubiquitin and proteasome system when the jellyfish goes from medusa to polyp. The ubiquitin proteasome system, or UPS, is responsible for the damaged proteins. This is essential for removing old cellular components and promoting tissue regeneration. The actomyosin complex, consisting of actin and myosin 2, allows the organism to reorganize, and when injured, it creates a purse string wound closure. This specific type of wound closure technique allows the complex to contract around the damaged tissue and heal it.
This allows the immortal jellyfish to heal from injuries and damaged tissue by reorganizing its cells and rebuilding structures in its body. Through the activity of heat shock proteins and the ubiquitin proteasome system, damaged or unnecessary proteins are broken down and removed, which helps the jellyfish to maintain healthy cellular function. Meanwhile, the actocyan complex contracts around wounds using the purse string mechanism to close damaged areas and support tissue repair. These systems help the jellyfish generate cells and tissues, which play a massive part in the jellyfish's ability to transform from an adult medusa stage back into the juvenile polyp.